Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about the coroutine builders and the difference between async and launch, the two basic coroutine builders in Android development. So basically, I have a piece of code here, and I have two coroutine builders, like one with async, and this async will start a coroutine which is going to call a function get for async, and this function does nothing. It just mimics any kind of asynchronous operation. So we have added a delay here and we have returned a string. Similarly, uh, we start another coroutine with the launch coroutine builder, and we are calling a function here get for launch, and this is similarly, it is not doing anything, it's just adding a delay and returning 30. So what is the difference here? As you can see, um, the return type of async is a deferred object, okay, and for launch it is job. This is one of the differences. And another difference is, um, the value returned, um, the async call always returned some value. So suppose we are um, launching a coroutine with async, we are doing some asynchronous operation, then it is expecting some kind of return value. But with launch, it is not the case. We just execute the asynchronous code. If it returns, it's well and good, whatever it does, but it is not expecting any value. And how do we get the return value from the async call? We use await. Await on what? Await on the deferred object, whatever the async call is returning. So see, but in case of launch, we just execute the asynchronous code and we forget. We don't have the return value, so we are not bothered about whatever the job is returned, because the job will not hold the value that is returned by the coroutine, because it will not return any value. It will just execute the code. But in case of async, it will return a value. So how do we get that value? We get using await. Okay, what is happening here? Just look. When we called an async coroutine using the async builder, we call a method with a delay, and concurrently the execution goes to the launch coroutine builder and we'll launch another coroutine. But what happens is, see, first the first print statement gets printed, parent coroutine started, and then we get the value for the async coroutine, and the async coroutine returns this value, Sunny, and the execution waits until the delay here is done. So this is printed, then the parent coroutine ends is printed, and then this coroutine value, whatever it is returned by it, is printed. How? You should think like, if we are calling these two, then it should print this value and then this value, and then, but what happens is these two are fired at the same time, almost the same time, and when an await is called on the async call, then it waits for 1 second to print the value that is returned by the async call. It prints that value, then it again it prints this one till the time till that time. Now this async value we have got, so now the control reaches here to print whatever, to execute this launch coroutine builder, because this we have a delay of 1000 milliseconds in both the coroutines. That's why we can see, if we run it here, we can see, I'm going to execute it. Yeah, firstly this line is printed, second this call get for async, 1 second or 1000 millisecond delay is there, then it will return Sunny, which will be printed here, because we are calling await, and the execution will wait for the result of the async value. Then this is printed, and that by that time this gets printed after that. So the basic difference between async and launch coroutine builder is async returns a value, the object holds the returned value, deferred object, while the launch does not return any value. For async, if we are calling await on the deferred object, and the execution waits till we get the value from the asynchronous call, and then it further executes the code after that. In launch, we just call the asynchronous code, and we don't wait for the result. It's just kind of, that's why it is called fire and forget. Thank you guys.